Creativity is a group effort. One of the 4 pillars of creativity, as defined by Mel Rhodes way back in the 60s, is your environment. He calls it the press. And that includes the people you interact with, the physical space that you're in, the stimulus that you're exposed to in that space, and the way that you interact with the people and the space around you. So when we start talking about teams and creativity, there's a lot more going on than just breaking some rules and letting go of personal bias. We also need to be asking, well, is the way that management deals with you conducive to you coming up with ideas? Do you have psychological safety in your workplace so that you're actually free to make crazy suggestions that are just not shut down all of the time? Do you work in an inspiring workplace? Does it look good? Is it comfortable? Are you actually allowed to use that foosball table, or is it just there for show? So in this way, when you work with a team, there's a lot more moving parts than just what goes on inside the head. Just by tweaking the physical environment and then tweaking the psychological environment, you can actually realize a whole lot more creativity without actually changing the way anyone does anything. So it's a very interactive process which operates on different levels. You can talk about the products of creativity. Do we need to change what we're making? You can talk about the process of creativity. Do we need to change the way we're doing what we're doing when we make that thing? Do we need to change the people? Can we train people? Can we get new people in? Do we need more diversity of thought and educational and cultural backgrounds? Or do we need to think about the environment, the press, the way this all interacts, and the physical space we're in? And when you look at all those 4 areas that intermesh into what creativity actually is, you can begin to see that, yeah, it's great for you and me to be more creatively activated, but if nobody else around us is, and if the environment isn't conducive to it, we're probably not going to make much progress. There's a good reason why major art movements and major scientific discoveries tend to happen in clusters, in particular locations with groups of people, because they feed off each other. They share information, they cross-inspire, they argue, they disagree with each other, and they help and represent each other. And therefore, within that environment, within that team, the overall result is really, really big. When you start getting too individual about creativity, sooner or later, you're going to run out of interesting dots to put together. Put yourself in an environment with a whole bunch of other crazy creative folks, you're never going to run out of dots.